What's up, guys? Welcome to our preview show. And today we're going to conclude the quarterfinals and tell you who's going to be our semi-finalists for US Open 2024. With me, I have tennis geek Somdev Devarman and me, Purav Raja. We're going to go through this really quickly and tell you who's going to win today, who we predict is going to win. And let's start with Beatrice Haddad-Maia and Karolina Muchova. Somdev, how do you see this one going with Beatrice Haddad-Maia, Karolina Muchova? You know where I stand. Love to hear your opinion.
Well, where do you stand?
I think I stand with Muchova. On this one, I think I do stand with Muchova, and I think the way she's playing, the head-to-head, I mean, she looks like she's never left.
I mean, she's played for 6 tournaments this year, 5, 6 tournaments like that. So she's playing unbelievable tennis. The way she dispatched Paolini for me was super impressive because Paolini is clearly, she's 5 in the world. She's a true 5 in the world. She's, made a couple slam finals, and for Muchova to miss that much action and to come back and beat somebody who's clearly in form, playing great tennis, and beat a 3-3.
Yeah, I know, and take nothing away from Haddad-Maia. She's a great grinder. She makes a lot of balls. She's in the form of her life. Yes, her Grand Slam results have been very average this year, but just the way Muchova is playing. She beat Osaka, she beat Paolini, and she's yet to drop a set. It's just dismissing all the players out there, and I think she's in the best form. Can Swiatek give her a run? Can Sabalenka give her a run? Yes, for sure. But Muchova, the way she's playing, she's playing tennis that I've never seen.
Also people need to remember that Karolina Muchova made the semis at US Open last year.
Yeah.
She lost to Goff. So this is familiar territory. She's obviously a world-class player when she's not injured. It's just that she's injured all the time.
Yeah.
So she's obviously made a fantastic recovery from her injury. Now, the one thing I will say is when you're not playing a whole lot of matches, it does wear on your body. And that to me is the only thing that could hold Muchova back over here because, she's, head-to-head 3-0. The first one doesn't count. It was 2016. The second one was indoors in 22. The third one was an absolute battle. That was in Cincy. 6-7, she lost the first set and then wins 1 and 4. Now, just talking about the game styles, Haddad-Maia is going to be, super solid from the baseline. Look to attack with that forehand. Try to hit that backhand flat. With Muchova, she just throws a lot more on the table.
Yeah, I think, when you're talking about this type of matchup, you're talking about attack versus a grinding mentality. Muchova is going to saber. Muchova is going to slice. She's going to come in. She's going to be the game style. She's going to be the creator. Haddad-Maia is going to hit a lot of balls in and take nothing away. I just think if Muchova plays well, there's not much Haddad-Maia can do.
I agree. So, so the way I see it, if this becomes a super physical match, I go with Haddad-Maia. I don't think it's going to get there yet. I think Muchova's... I pick Muchova. She's my favorite player to watch, by the way. By far my favorite player to watch.
Muchova in straight, I think that would be a player's call right there. Muchova in straight, if she's playing well, and the only thing that can stop her is maybe the fitness.
The fact that it's a day match, the first match, do you think that makes a difference?
Yeah, I think it does, but I think that actually favors Muchova a little bit because it's quicker through.
Livelier conditions.
Yeah.
Livelier conditions. All right, so the next semi-finalist... whoever's going to be there. Swiatek versus Pegula is the next quarterfinal. Initial thoughts?
Yeah, I think, this has always been a tough matchup and for Pegula. And this is Swiatek's toughest matchup. I do think an upset is possible, but I don't think it's probable. I think an upset is possible because the way that Pegula has played throughout. Since 2023, the players with the most hard-court wins are Swiatek and Pegula. So that's where I see this match slightly, this is a heavyweight matchup. This is a matchup where, Pegula will try and play active defense. She will try and make Swiatek miss. Will Swiatek miss? She has in the past. She has this year at Grand Slam level. We've seen it against Noskova in Australia. Can she miss again? I really don't think so. I think a world number one with that much pedigree, I don't think she can miss for 3 sets.
Yeah, well, the thing for me is Pegula has never made a semi-final, 6 quarterfinals. In order to get to a place where you've never been, you need to do some things that you've never done. And with Pegula, the question is, what is Jessica Pegula's game style? She's obviously fast, but she's mainly solid. She's known to be a very solid player that doesn't beat herself. So the question then becomes, is the solidity enough, and will Swiatek be error-prone? Because if Swiatek is not error-prone, I don't see how she can lose.
Pegula is serving much better than she was. She is serving very well. She's a Master Series winner. She's done really well. This hard court season has been her year. She's taken enough break, whether that's due to injury or whether that's due to just, noticeably taking time off. She has the crowd behind her. She has so many things that are going for her right now. And, she wants to join Emma Navarro in the semifinals. She wants to also have, two American women in the semifinal. That could be a change also for American tennis.
I agree, and so those are the quarterfinals that we
So
have.
I think I'm still going Swiatek in 3. If I'm putting my bets on, I think Swiatek in 3 would be a bet that I'd go for, and that's a safer bet.
And the fact that it's a night match,
Maybe Swiatek will make more balls, and maybe it's easier to attack in the night, and maybe that it's tougher to And I think Swiatek to come through, and I said Mukova to come through.
All right, so I'm going to agree with you. I think Swiatek to come through, but I won't be surprised. And I look at a heck of a battle over here, and a massive opportunity for Pegula. But finishing up with the quarters of the women's, moving on to the quarters of the men's. Are we starting with Sinner Medvedev, or are we starting with Draper de Minaur?
Let's start with Draper de Minaur.
All right, let's go with it.
Draper de Minaur, I think that's the one that we have to see that Jack Draper has been a hell of form. This is his tournament. He's never played this well, taken over the mantle from Andy Murray. But let's be honest, this is a very, very different matchup. De Minaur does not miss first serve returns. De Minaur barely misses tennis balls.
He doesn't miss a whole lot of.
And you can't.
He doesn't miss, and that's his USP. De Minaur's USP is I'm not going to miss a whole lot of balls. I'm going to make you play a lot more. You're not going to get any free points on things that you otherwise would get free points on. You're going to have to work a lot harder, and you're going to have to do it the entirety of the match.
But Jack Draper, though, not known for his fitness. De Minaur, known for his fitness. If this becomes a physical match, De Minaur is going to make so many balls. I just don't see how Jack Draper is going to win that.
Is De Minaur's fitness okay? He hasn't played a match since Wimbledon. Hip problems.
That's something. But I'm just saying, in general, his cardiovascular fitness, his endurance, his ability to make more balls, his mentality.
I think his mentality over there. But okay, let's look at what's happened in the past over here. 3-0 for De Minaur. The last time they played in Acapulco, it became a fitness match.
Yeah.
Jack Draper retired. The one time before that in Tokyo, Draper wins the opening set. De Minaur wins 7-6, 7-6 in the last 2 sets. Are these results going to be playing on the mind of someone like Jack Draper, who's never been here?
And that's why I think if Draper's to win, it better be straight. I think he can win.
I think 3 or 4. If it goes 5...
No, he's got no shot. But I think if Draper does win, and he has the game to win, he demolished Matchak. I think if he has the game to win, I want to call an upset. Yeah, I hope for UK tennis, for England, this does happen. I think Draper has the game. I think I'm going to call Draper in 3 sets.
Yeah, and I also feel like neither player's lost a set. Something's going to give. The fact that he took out Botic the way he did. Remember, this is an unbelievable chance because he was meant to play Carlos Alcaraz in the 3rd round. He didn't, and he's now making the most of his opportunities. I see it as solidity of De Minaur versus the power and the flair of Jack Draper. I won't be surprised if Draper wins. If it goes the distance, I see De Minaur.
The favorite's De Minaur on this one, and then finally the heavyweight clash. Given the draw, this heavyweight clash between Sinner and Medvedev seems a bit unfair. It's
just how the cookie crumbled.
It just seems a very unfair matchup that 2 heavyweights, possibly 2 of the best hardcourt players in the world today, playing against each other, and it's just I think they just seem to play each other every month. Every time I see a draw, it's Sinner against Medvedev, and it's such an even matchup. Although Sinner owns it now a little bit more.
I mean, yes and no, right? Because the first 6 times they played, Medvedev won. Sinner figured something out. The next 5 times they played, Sinner won.
Yeah.
But the last one. So this is where I want to really dig into this match, because the last time they played, Medvedev wins that in 5. Is that going to now play on Sinner's mind or Medvedev's mind? That was on grass at Wimby, different story. But also the time before that, at the Aussie, Sinner beats Medvedev in 5 from 2 sets down.
Yeah.
So just the Grand Slam matches that have happened in 24, how will that have an impact in this match?
Well, I think it's going to go 5.
You think he's going to go 5? Well, it's not going to be straight.
No, I think for sure. I think it's a chess master. He's figured something out. Daniil Medvedev has figured out how to get to Yannick Sinner and not be able to attack. Of course, he is a US Open champion. We know the crowd now loves him there.
And he loves the crowd.
He loves the crowd there.
And
Sinner, maybe not so like China.
I wonder why. But
Sinner's
okay,
first big test.
I mean, both
Tommy
of them.
Paul was a big test, but I'm just saying Medvedev's a different kettle.
I mean, Tommy Paul was unbelievable because the first 2 sets was, I mean, it looked like it could be anyone's match, and then it's 6-1 in the third. Now, another thing, the fact that it's going to be a night match, the fact that Sinner is a massive ball striker, he's going to have more opportunities, but that also means that
Medvedev can defend better.
Medvedev can defend better, exactly. So, again, physical match, how do we see it going? Yannick Sinner's opportunities, stuff that's going on. I mean,
I think it comes down to how well can Medvedev serve. If he just serves out games, and he's known to, you remember the US Open final where he beat Novak? He just served him out of the match.
4-4 and 4.
You're just sitting second serve aces. Just second serve, I've got it, boom. And if he can do that, and I'm not saying produce that sort of display, if he can produce anywhere near that serving, I think Medvedev wins in 5. If he doesn't, I think it's Sinner's the favorite, and it's easy for me to say now that the conqueror of Flushing Meadows is going to be the winner of this match.
Yeah, it feels like the final before the final,
Yeah.
doesn't it? But, I mean, I look at it 2 different ways. One is Medvedev loves his position behind the baseline, whether it's, returning from the fence, moving his way up, but he's comfortable 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet behind the baseline.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to move out of there. Yannick Sinner has improved his game in the sense where he's added things to his game. He likes coming in. He's going to implement the drop shot.
Yeah.
So can Yannick Sinner get Medvedev off his baseline comfort zone effectively enough and then take advantage of the fact that Medvedev's not there?
I'll call Medvedev in 5.
That's not a bad call. I mean, it's a 50-50 match. I mean, it's hard for me. It's a hard one for me, but I won't be surprised if Medvedev wins. But I think I'm going to go with Sinner. Again, super tight, definitely not straight sets, 4, maybe 5, but I think I'm going to stick with Sinner here.
Guys, you got our thoughts. You send us your thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment, and let us know what you think. Look forward to watching Data in Action.